Welcome to Maths with Steve. I'm Steve, and we are going to do some more SATs revision. Right, okay, question 24. 1/5 plus 3/4. Now, when you're adding or subtracting fractions, you have to get a common denominator. And the way to do that, sometimes they just go into each other and it's lovely, but sometimes they don't. And in this case, they don't. So one thing you can always do is you can take your denominators and you can times them by each other. Okay, so if I do that, 4 times 5 is going to be 20, right? Now, whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So let's just write this out. If I've got 1/5, and I'm going to times that by 4, add 3/4, and I'm going to times that by 5. Okay, so if I was to rewrite this now, doing those things, I'm going to do 4 times 1, which is 4, and 4 times 5 is 20. That's that one done. And then on this one, I'm going to times them by 5. So 5 times 3 is 15. And 5 times 4 is 20. Now you can see we have a common denominator because they're the same. Okay, so all we need to do is just add those the numerators together. So 4 add 15 is 19. And the denominator stays the same, so it's 19 over 20. 19 over 20 is the answer to that one. Now then, long division. I find long division very, 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 very hard and annoying. But here we go, let's do it. 37 goes into 8 0 times. Okay. Now 0 times 37 is 0. Okay. And then I'm going to drop this one down here. Okay. So therefore, I've got 88. Right, okay. So 37 goes into 88. How many times does 37 go into 88? Well, 37 times 2 is going to be, what's that going to be? That's going to be 37, 67, 74, isn't it? So 74. What I'm doing now is I'm just writing out the 37 times tables a bit to help me out. So that's going to be, it's going to be 74, it's going to be 2 times it goes in. So 2 times there. Now, 2 times 37 is 74. So I can put 74 in there. And then I can just do a takeaway here. 8 take away 4 is 4. And 8 take away 7 is 1. And now I need to drop down this 8. Okay, so I've got 148. Hopefully this is going to go in perfectly, but let's just try it. Oh, it is going to go in perfectly, but I'll show you why. So 3 times 37 would be basically this one added onto this one, wouldn't it? So 7 add 4 is going to be 11, isn't it? So 1 there, 1 goes on top of there. And 1 add 3 is 4. Add 7 is 11. So that's going to be 111. Okay. Now if I add 37 onto that, 7 add 1 would be 8. And 3 add 1 would be 4. And then the 1 would drop down, so it would be 148. So altogether, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Okay. Just something to point out. The reason why I noticed that I could see it earlier is because I saw that 74, if I double that, and if I double 70, it's 140. And if I double 4, it's 8. So I knew that it was going to be there, but instead I decided just to go through the times tables with you step by step. And that's it. These ones, they just take a bit longer, and they're quite annoying to do. But yeah, the answer to that one is 24. Right. Pause the video, have a go at these next two, and I'll go through the answers for these. Okay, so I've got 2/5 plus 2/3, so I'm just going to do times that one by 3, and I'm going to times that one by 5. So 2 times 3 is 6, and 5 times 3 is 15. And I've got to add that to 5 times 2, which is 10. And 5 times 3 is 15. Now if I add these across, it's going to be 6 add 10, which is 16. And 15 would stay the same. Now we've got an improper fraction, haven't we? So 15 goes into 16 one time with 1 left over, and 15 is the denominator. So there's the answer to that one. Okay, long division. Annoying. Let's go. Okay, how many times does 36 go into 6? It goes in 0 times. 0 times 36 is 0. And 64, take away 0 is 64. So put that there. Okay, cool. So how many times does 36 go into 64? 36 times tables. Let's go. We're going to go 36. And then 36 at 36 is 72. Oh, it's only going to go in one time. Okay, and 1 times 36 is 36. I'm going to take away that from there. So 4 take away 6 I can't do, so I'm going to borrow from the neighbour. That's going to become a 5, and it's going to be 14. 14 take away 6 is 8, and 5 take away 3 is 2, so it's 28. How many times does 36 go into 28? Oh, no, because I didn't bring down. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. Okay, so let's bring down that there. Okay, wow. How many times does 36 go into 288? Oh, dearie me, this is going to be annoying, isn't it? So let's just do it. So I'm going to do my 36 tables. So I've got 36 there, and then it's going to be 72. Now if I add 36 onto there, what would that be? 36, that would be 8, and this would be 10, wouldn't it? So that would be 108 next. 108. Nowhere near yet, are we? But we can see if we get to 144, then we just need to double it to get to 288, don't we? So I'm going to add on another 36 there. So 108 add 36. My working out is getting very messy now, isn't it? So 8 add 6 is 4 with 14, sorry, with 1 left over. So then you go 1 add 3 is 4, and the 100, so it's going to be 144. Now 144 is half of 288, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Double that is 8. So the answer to that one is 18. Right, okay, next slide, let's go. Okay, so question 26. Now, I can see here something that's really, really helpful. That 5 goes into 2, doesn't it? So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to change them into improper fractions, because that's the way that I like to do it. So 5 times 1, add 1 is going to be 6. So that's going to be 6. I'm just going to write up here, actually. 6 over 5, add, and then it's 2 times 10 is 20, plus 1 is 21. 21 over 10. Now, this 5, if I just double that, just times it by 2, then we're going to have a common denominator. So I go 6 times 2 is 12, I'll put it here, and 5 times 2 is 10. And then I'm just going to add that to my 21 over 10. So my denominator stays the same, 10, and I do 12 add 21, which is going to be 21, 31, 32, 33. 33. Now, 10 goes into 33 1, 2, 3 times, with 3 left over, and it's out of 10. So there you go, there's the answer to that one. Okay, now then, question 27. 35% of 320. So first off, find 10%. So 10% of 320, I'm just going to move that decimal once over there. So 10%, I can write there, 10% equals 32. So if I was just to go up from there, 20% would be double that, wouldn't it? So that would be 64. And 30% would be 64 add 32. So that would be 96. 96. So I know what 30% is, but I need the 35%. Well, 5% is half of 10%, and half of 32 is 16. So if I add that to my 30%, I'm going to find 35%, aren't I? So I've put that 96 there. 6 add 6 is 12, and 1 add 1 add 9 is 11, and that is equal to 35%. So the answer to this one is 112. Right, okay. Another fraction, find the common denominator. So I'm going to times the 9 by 4 and the 4 by 9. Right, let's just do that. So this time I'm just going to get a little bit quicker at it now, okay? So 8 times 4, 8, 16, 24, 32. So 8 times 4 is 8, 16, 24, 32. So it's going to be 32 over. And 9 times 4, 9, 18, 27, 36. So 36. Take away. Now, the 1's going to be times by 9, so that's going to be 9. And the 4 is going to be times by 9, so that's going to be 36. Great. So, 32 take away 9. What's 32 take away 9? That's going to be 23, isn't it? 23. And that's going to be over 36. So the answer to that one is 23 over 36. Right, okay. Pause the video. Have a go at these ones. Okay, so let's get this done. So again, we can see that this 4 goes into the 8. So all I'm going to need to do is I'm just going to need to double that one. But first, I'm going to make them into improper fractions. So I'm going to do 8 times 1 and then add 3. And 8 times 1 is 8, add 3, 9, 10, 11. So it's going to be 11 over 8. Plus, now this one I'm just going to do over to this side so that I can get it in there later. So I'm going to go 4 times 1 is 4, add 3, 5, 6, 7. So that's going to be 7 over 4. But I want to times that one by 2, don't I? So 7 times 2 is 14. I'll put it over here now. And 4 times 2 is 8. And as you can see, we've got the common denominator now. So 11 add 14 is 25. So 25. And that's over 8. So we just need to put that into a mixed number fraction again. 8 goes into 25. Let's see. 8, 16, 24. So it's going to be 3 times with 1 left over. And 8 is our denominator. Perfect. Done. Okay. 45% of 48. Right. Okay. So I can divide that by 10 to find 10%. So I can say 10% equals 48. And double that, I'll find 20%. And 20% equals, what's double 48? That's going to be 96. And then if I double that, then I've got 40%. Now you might find that quite difficult to do, so let's just do that to the side. 96 times 2. So 6 times 2 is 12. And 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19. 192. 192. Half of 10% is 5%. So I can go 5% equals half of that. And half of 48 is going to be 24. And then I just add that to my 40%, which is 192. And if I add this up, I've got 4 add 2 is 6. And 2 add 9 is 11. And 1 add 1 is 2. And that gives me 45%, which is 216. Okay, final one. We're going to times this one by 3. We're going to times this one by 7. Let's go. So 3 times 6 is 18, and 3 times 7 is 21. Take away 2 times 7 is 14, and 3 times 7 is 21. Common denominator, fantastic. So we're going to go 18, take away 14 is 4, and that's out of 21. That can't be simplified any further, so that's the answer to that one. Okay, next slide, let's go. Okay, so 51% of 900. Really easy question this actually, isn't it? Because if you think about it, half of 900 is 50%. 50% is a half, isn't it? So what is half of 900? Well, half of 900 is 450. And now we just need to find out what 1% is. So half is, let me just put that there, that is equal to 50%. 1%, well, to find 1%, I just need to divide it by 100. And to divide it by 100, I move it 2 places, which is going to give me 9. So 9 equals 1%. So 51% would equal 450 add 9, which is going to be 9, 5, 4. So it's going to be 459. Great. Okay. Long multiplication. They go on for quite a while, these, don't they? Right. Okay. So I'm going to write this out a little bit bigger so it's a bit easier for me to do. 62. Right, okay, let's do this. So 2 times 8, so I'm starting with the 2. So 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 6 is 12. Add 1 is 13. 2 times 4 is 8. Add 1 is 9. And 2 times 3 is 6. Perfect. Cross that out, cross that out, cross out your 2, stick in a 0. 6 times 8 is 48. So 8 there, 4 at the top. 6 times 6 is 36, add 4 is 40, so 0 there and a 4 there. 6 times 4, what's that? That's 24, add 4 is 28, so 8 goes there and 2 goes there. And 6 times 3 is 18, 19, 20, so 20 goes there. Now I need to add these up. When I add these up, I'm going to stick them straight into the box, okay? So 6 add 0 is 6. And 3 add 8 is 11. I'm just going to stick that 1 there to remind me. And 9 add 0 add 1 is 10. So that's going to be 0 there and 1 left over here. And then 6 add 8 is 14 plus 1 is 15. So 5. Oh, pen's not working very well. So 5 would go there and 1 would carry over. 1 add nothing is 1. And then they just drop that 2 down. So therefore, the answer to that one is a big old answer, and it's 215,016. Right, pause the video. Have a go at the next two. Okay, let's do this. So we've got 26% of 800. Well, 25% is a quarter, isn't it? So I just need to be able to divide it by 4. Or just halve it and halve it again. Well, half of 800 is 400. And then halve it again. Half of 400 is 200. So I can say that 25% equals 200. And then I need to find that 1%. 1% once twice over is 8. And 26%, I just add these together, so it's going to be 208. Perfect. Okay, next one, let's do it quickly. So let's just try and do these. When you're doing your long multiplications, just do practices and just do it again and again as quickly as you can. And then you'll start getting the hang of it. Okay, so 2 times 8 is 16. So 6 there, 1 there. 2 times 7 is 14, which is going to be, add 1 is 5. It's 15, sorry. And carry the 1. 2 times 6 is 12, add 1 is 13. Okay, 2 times 5 is 10, add 1 is 11. Cross it out, cross it out, cross it out, cross that out, 0. 9 times 8, what? 72. 2 there, 7 there. 9 times 7 is 63, add 7 is 70. So 0 there, and a 7 goes up here. 9 times 6 is 54. Add 7 is going to be 61. So 1 there, and a 6 up there. And 9 times 5 is 45, plus 6 is 51. So 51. Okay, add all this up. 6 add 0 is 6. 2 add 5 is 7. 3 add 0 is 3. 1 add 1 is 2. 1 add 1 is 2. And 5 left over. So the answer is 522,376. Great, let's do the next slide. Okay, last slide in today's lesson, right? So I've got 2 over 3 divided by 3. Now, this is what you need to do when you're doing a division. First off, you've got the 3, which is a whole number. Now you can make that into a fraction. So if I was just to write this out, I would go 2 over 3 divided by 3 over 1. So any whole number that you get, if you put it over 1, then that's made it into a fraction. Now, when you are dividing fractions, all you need to do, you just need to flip the 1 on the right hand side, and then you're going to change this into a time. So let's just do that. I've got 2 over 3, and that's going to be times now, and that's going to be 1 over 3. Great, now we just need to times the fractions. Now when you're timesing fractions, I mean, we've got a common denominator here, but you don't actually need a common denominator. You just need to times the top by the top and the bottom by the bottom. So 2 times 1 is 2. And 3 times 3 is 9. That's not a 9. Now it's a 9. So the answer is 2/9. Great, okay. Question 32, we've got another takeaway of a fraction. Right, okay, and you can see here that the 2 goes into 4. So I'm just going to do the usual thing that I've done all the way through this. I'm going to do 2 times 2, which is 4, add 1 is 5. So that's going to be 5/2 minus 3/4. Now I'm just going to times this one by 2. So 5 times 2 is 10, and 2 times 2 is 4, minus 3/4. Great, we've got a common denominator now. So the denominator is 4, and 10 take away 3 is 7. So that's 7/4. Now I just need to put it back into a mixed number fraction. 4 goes into 7 one time with 3 left over, and it's out of 4. So that's my answer, 1 3/4. Right, pause the video there, have a go at these last ones, and then we'll go through them. Right, okay, so I've got 3/4 divided by 6. So let's just quickly write that out. So we're going to go 3/4 divided by 6/1. I'm going to flip this one over. I'm going to change that one into a times. So that's going to be 3/4 times 1/6. 3 times 1 is 3, and 4 times 6 is 24. Now this one can be simplified, can't it? Because we can divide them both by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 24 divided by 3 is 8. So that's the final answer there, 1/8. And finally, we've got this last one. So I'm just going to do the same thing again. 5 times 3, so it's 5, 10, 15, plus 1 is 16. So it's going to be 16/5. And then I've got take away 8/9, which is just going to stay the same for now. Okay. Now, they don't have something that one can go into the other one. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to times them by each other. This is going to get big, this one, isn't it? That's going to get times by 9. That's one's going to get times by 5. Great. 16 times by 9. Now, I don't know that off the top of my head, so I'm just going to do it to the side here. So 9 times 6 is 54. So 4 there, 5 there. 9 times 1 is 9. Add 5 is 14. 144. So let's just write this here. That's going to be 144 over 9 times 5 is 45. Take away 8 times 5 is 40. And that's going to be 45 again. Great. So 40 is my denominator. 144 take away 40 is going to give me 104. That can be simplified. So that's going to, if I divide them both by 2, then that's going to be, I'm just going to do it. Let's go up here. Okay, so that's going to be half of 104 is going to be 52. Half of 40 is 20, and that can be simplified, can't it? So I can go 52, half of that is going to be 26, and half of 26 is going to be 10, which can also be simplified. Wow. Okay, half of 26 is 13, and half of 10 is 5. And now I just need to change it into a mixed number fraction. 13 divided by 5, it goes 2 times, 3 left over out of 5. And let me just make that really clear for you. This one here is the final answer. Wow, quite a lot we got through today. Okay, I will hopefully get some more out for you tomorrow. All right, bye.